YouTube, there's going to be probably a lot of people that are going to be mad at me because I know that a lot of people don't watch SmackDown until Friday. For those of you that don't know, I don't see how in the world you couldn't possibly know this if you are a fan of the WWE. But for those of you that don't know, SmackDown is not live on Friday nights. They air it on Tuesdays and they record it and then they put it on TV on Fridays. But there's many different websites that you can go to see it before it actually airs on TV on Friday nights, or you can just go to the live show, which I didn't do. Feel bad for Christian, guys, but my boy Randy Orton is the World Heavyweight Champion again. He's now an 8-time champion. But we'll get to that in a second. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to walk you through everything that happened. This is my first SmackDown review, so hopefully we'll make it a good one. It's still fresh in my mind. I just got done watching it. So here we go. SmackDown review numero uno for me. Started out with Christian came out and had a really good promo, basically thanking Edge, thanking the WWE Universe for being behind him. And then Mark Henry comes out and says, well, I'm going to try to get your title, basically. And then Great Khali comes out, says a bunch of shit that we don't understand, and then Randy Singh translates for him. The Great Khali says, I want your title too. And then Randy Orton comes out and says basically the same thing. And then Theodore Long comes out and he says, we need to decide who the #1 contender is going to be, but I'm not going to make that decision. I'm going to let the WWE Universe make that decision. So at that point, I already knew it was going to be Randy Orton. It was a cheer contest. Whoever got the biggest ovation would be the #1 contender. Randy Orton obviously won that. So at the end of the night, the main event was Randy Orton versus Christian for the World Heavyweight Championship. I will get to that later. There was a match between Layla and Alicia Fox. Guys, Layla's looking very, very good right now. Really liking what I'm seeing in her. The Divas stuff is starting to get interesting again, even though Melina is gone somewhere. Hopefully she will be back. I don't know where she is. Like I said, haven't seen her backstage or any promos. Certainly no matches. I don't know what's going on with her, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing with Layla right now. She didn't completely dominate Alicia Fox. It wasn't a domination kind of thing, but Alicia Fox was starting to get some momentum going, and then just like that, Layla shut that shit down like you were laid on a cable bill or something, man. She just shut that shit down real quick. And she hit the neck breaker thing that she does, and she won her first win on SmackDown out of like cool. Then Karma comes out. Layla does a smart thing and gets the fuck out of Dodge. While Karma is staring at Layla, going up the ramp to go backstage. Alicia Fox thinks it'd be a good idea to come kick Karma in the back. Not so smart. Karma completely dominated her. Obviously, guys, I'm scared of what Karma can do to the Divas locker room, guys, because she's gonna be like Chyna, Trish Stratus, Sable, all of them thrown together, dude. She's gonna be one dominating diva here in the WWE. I don't see a diva anywhere around right now that could hold their own against her, and that includes Melina. As much as I love that girl, Karma's on a whole different level right now. Let's see. There's a match between the Big Show and sorry, I'm still kind of getting used to this webcam thing. I keep walking out of the shot. I'm sorry. I walk a lot when I talk, if you haven't noticed. There was a match between Ezekiel Jackson and the Big Show. Both Kane and the other members of the Corps were at ringside. Corps tried to get involved. Kane went over there and tried to stop him. Big Show got out there and got involved, and then when he got back in, it created enough of a distraction. Ezekiel Jackson wins that match. The Corps comes in, and Ezekiel Jackson just leaves. Then the Corps goes back there, finds him backstage, and basically beats the hell out of him. And Wade Barrett says, "It was a pleasure working with you." So, needless to say, Ezekiel Jackson is no longer a member of the Corps. Stupid on their part, because Ezekiel Jackson is a big guy. He's a big, strong guy. He brings a different element to the Corps that Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel, and really not even Wade Barrett, can provide. So stupid on their part for kicking that guy out. He was a very great part of that unit. He will no longer be there. I apologize for missing my Raw review, guys. I've been busy all week, job searching. Finally found a job, so hence the reason I'm back right now doing my SmackDown review. But I promise you I will have a Raw review for you next week. It's also Friday, which means the Mavs play tonight. They're currently 2-0 in the series against the Lakers. Both of those games were on the road. So tonight the Lakers come to Big D. I'm going to definitely try to watch that if at all possible. Then of course I'll do my review on that game. I'm going to go ahead now and talk about the World Championship match. Not a whole lot else happened on SmackDown. There was a match between Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, which Sheamus won. That match didn't really interest me. It was a good match, but Daniel Bryan and Sheamus have always been kind of a rivalry, so I'm getting kind of bored with that story. So I did watch the match, and it was an interesting match, but it's nothing really to talk about. You guys all know the story there. Randy Orton versus Christian. Guys, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Christian shocked me, because he didn't. Guys, I know Christian can bring it. We all know Christian can bring it. Anybody that watched Extreme Rules knows that Christian can bring it. But Cinderella story is over. Just 5 days after he won it for the first time in 17 years, he loses the championship to Randy Orton. He went for the kill switch a number of times. Orton counted every single one of them. It was just a back and forth match, guys. It wasn't dominating on either side. It was the kind of match that WWE fan loves to watch. It kept me interested, kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time, and they've just gone back and forth at each other the entire time. And the way it eventually happened was they had one final rally there at the end. Randy Orton hopped over Christian. Christian did the thing where he runs up on the turnbuckle and tries to do a moonsault. Randy Orton caught him in midair into an RKO. 1, 2, 3. That was it. WWE Universe got loud as hell. So your new World Heavyweight Champion is Randy Orton. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where SmackDown is going to go with this. SmackDown is very, very interesting to me right now. So I'm going to go ahead and keep watching and doing reviews until further notice. I used to hate SmackDown. Wasn't interesting enough for me, but they got all the big superstars over there. They got Sin Cara, who had a match against Tyson Kidd. Sin Cara obviously won that. He's probably going to have some kind of a rivalry going on with Chavo Guerrero now, because Chavo Guerrero came out and shook his hand and then did the thing where he pulls him in and gets in his face. There was no contact, there was no physicality or anything, but there was a lot of tension there, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the WWE does with that. Other than that, guys, that was SmackDown. It was a very good SmackDown. SmackDown is keeping me very interested right now. Can't wait till next week. But that's my SmackDown review. So I'm gonna get out of here, and that's it, guys. So this is Rangers Cowboys 3209 signing off.